How can I attach printed rice paper decorations to cakes, cookies? I bought some printed rice paper decorations, flat circles of rice paper printed with edible ink, for my son's birthday party. I'm not sure what the best way is to attach them to cakes, cookies, and I don't have a lot of spare time to experiment. The options I can think of are: make my own cookies and press them into the cookie, either before baking or more likely after baking, but while still warm and soft, place the rice paper circle on top of a pre-baked cookie or small flat-topped cake and pipe some form of icing or frosting around the edge to hold it in place. Pile buttercream icing on top of a small cake. Press the rice paper circle onto the buttercream icing. What I ideally want is to be able to do this the day before they are needed, so as well as being held properly in place, I also would like the rice paper not to go soggy, curl up, and the ink not to run or leak out of the rice paper.
If you use the buttercream option, let the icing dry a bit before putting the rice paper on, as too much moisture will cause it to collapse and the ink to run. Also, I wouldn't recommend pressing the rice paper down, but just patting it onto slightly tacky buttercream. White icing is best as the rice paper is quite translucent. The other alternative you suggest will work fine. Place it on the cake and pipe around the edge to hold in place. I have seen this done many times. Best not to use a vivid color for the piping as it could leach into the rice paper a bit. When I've seen them used, they first frosted the cake, smoothed it out, see link 1. Then placed the rice paper on top. My understanding is that the moisture in the frosting can end up melting the rice paper, so that it basically disappears into the frosting, with the ink effectively transferring into the frosting. As I've never done it myself, I have no idea if there are any special tricks to it, or if you need to use a particular frosting icing recipe so that the paper will melt away. Update: after a little research, I have reason to believe that normal rice paper won't dissolve into the cake, but there are special frosting sheets that will. Another recommendation was to leave enough white space around the image so that you can cover the edge of the sheet with a border if it starts to curl up.